Hello, my name is Vanessa Walker. Today is Wednesday, August 12th, 2020, and I am going to start reading in Letters and Numbers, Chapter 3. Letters and Numbers is written by Zachary K. Hubbard, and you can acquire this book on his YouTube channel, Gematria Effect News videos that I would recommend watching. Ooh, excuse me. And you can also order the book Letters and Numbers from his YouTube channel. And I suggest you do that. It is a PDF file, and that is how the book will come to you. It should, once you order it, you should get it via email, and then you would download the file and into your iBook or your documents on your computer or whichever device you're using to read his content. You have to make sure that you open the file and you download it and save it. And there are over 700 pages of content in this book, and the book is the book is priceless in my view. But be sure you get his book, read the information, understand the information, and you can apply it every single day. And with that said, I am going to begin reading chapter 3. And it is the title of this chapter, What Revelation 3:18 Reveals About English and History. So let's go. And I'm going to read that verse. That's the very first reading at the top of this page here. And it's from the NIV Bible, Revelation 3:18. This calls for wisdom. Let the person who has insight calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. That number is 666. And he also has Revelation 3:18, the King James Version. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Out of many English translations of the Bible, the New International Version and the King James Version are the most encoded. In the case of the KJV, it is believed by many historians to be authored by Francis Bacon. As we have mentioned, he was a practitioner of Gematria and a highly influential man in history, which we'll learn more about in chapter 10. Some think he is the true persona behind the pen name William Shakespeare. A major reason for this belief is because of a riddle that exists in the King James Bible of 1611, the year of its first publishing. In Psalms 46 of that same text, the 46th word is shake, and the 46th word from the end is spear. In Gematria, there is something too. 46 equates to 46. The word 46 equates to the number 46 in reduction. Religion equals 46 in reverse reduction. Very quickly, let me reveal something interesting about the name William Shakespeare in light of what we covered last chapter with regards to Freemasonry, the Holy Bible, and the number 187. Please also know this revelation is but one of many fascinating things about the most famous name when it comes to English authors and the English language. William equates to 79. William Shakespeare equals 79 in reduction. Shakespeare equals 108. Geometry equals 108. And the entire name William Shakespeare equals 187 in ordinal. Even more interesting, there is overlap with the name Francis, and the name William Shakespeare. Notice below, both names sum to 119. Also important, in ordinal gematria, the word all-seeing eye sums to 119, which is a symbol of power and extremely important to the Masonic Brotherhood, which Francis Bacon and King James were both a part of. Even more, in ordinal gematria, Orthodox and Star of David equate to 119 as well, a number that we will a number that we will come to time and time again as we progress. Francis equates to 119 in reverse ordinal cipher. William equals 47, equates to 47. There are 47 degrees on the Freemason compasses. Shakespeare equates to 72. William Shakespeare equates to 119, reverse reduction, the letter P equating to 11. All right. If you are familiar with the Star of David as pictured to the left, it is a six-pointed star with a hexagon in the middle that is six-sided and containing six equilateral triangles. So I'm going to show you that star right now. There is the star. Okay, the Star of David. Alrighty, so let me get back to reading here. Oh, did I lose my page? You guys have to give me a moment here. I gotta get back to the page. Uh-oh. Nope. Let me go over here a few minutes. Just give me a moment. Here we are. Okay. Thus, the symbol contains a hidden tribute to the number 666. If you look closely, you can also see that the Star of David, traditionally known as the Seal of Solomon, is two equilateral triangles symmetrically overlapping. Think of the two three-sided objects as a physical representation of the number 33. Ahead, we will bring 33 and the number 666 together very concretely, as they have much in common. On the subject of 666, Psalms 46 in the King James Bible of 1611, the same psalm seemingly paying tribute to what very well may be Francis Bacon's pen name. Shakespeare leaves exactly 666 remaining chapters. What is the number of focus from the most infamous verse in the Bible, Revelation 13:18, from the 66th and concluding book? Of course, in the verse, it states the man with wisdom will solve the number, and Francis Bacon, as well as William Shakespeare, were both certainly men of wisdom. Before we uncover the verse and 666, I want to show you something interesting about the Gematria of Holy Bible as well as Shakespeare in light of the KJV being published in 1611, the year King James turned 45 years old. As we just learned, 45 is a number that has to do with geometry. And once again, Gematria is geometry in language based in the Holy Bible. As a Kabbalist would tell you, God is the master mathematician operating through numbers that manifest into our own lives, that when studied and interpreted guide us to truth. In chapter 6, we'll learn about the belief that God created life with the circle. Holy Bible equates to 45 in the reduction cipher. Holy Bible equates to 45 in the reverse reduction cipher. Geometry equates to 45 in the reduction cipher. Gematria equates to 45 in reduction. Shakespeare also equates to 45 in reduction. Admire the perfect symmetry. Holy Bible equates to 45 forwards and backwards, similar to how geometry sums to 108 forwards and backwards. And please pay mind to the fact that the name Shakespeare also equates to 45 and 1. In the next chapter, you'll learn how Holy Bible also equates to 405, and so does Shakespeare, a number encapsulating the same key digits. For more relevance to the number, prior to the King James Bible, Johann Gutenberg had crafted the first published Bible in the world in the mid 1400s. The last name Gutenberg sums to 45 as well, and the title Gutenberg Bible sums to 66, same as the number of books contained within, 66, which is just the same with the KJV. So the Gutenberg Bible sums to 66, and it also has 66 Bibles within it, the same as the King James version of the Bible. It has 66 books as well. Gutenberg equals 45. Bible equals 21. Gutenberg Bible equates to 66 in reduction. Next chapter, you'll learn how Gutenberg sums to 666. Wow. Keep in mind, Gutenberg and Bible, Gutenberg Bible. Gutenberg equals 45, Bible equals 21, 45 plus 21 equals 66. Okay, keep in mind, King James was born June 19th in the year 1566. Emphasis on 66. In our chapter on rigged sports by the numbers, we'll talk about how LeBron James, having the nickname King James, won the first NBA championship for the city of Cleveland on June 19th, 2016, what would have been the real King James's 450th birthday, while the team he was playing for was named the Cavaliers. In history, the son of King James, Charles I, is where the name Cavaliers originates. Cavaliers were those who supported and fought on his behalf. They fought on behalf of King Charles I. Appropriately, the name LeBron sums to 66 using the ordinal method, and LeBron James equates to 66 using the reverse reduction method. LeBron equals 66 in ordinal cipher. LeBron equals 33. James equals 33. LeBron James equals 66. 33 plus 33 equals 66. To be clear about these calculations, I'm not saying Shakespeare, Gutenberg, or LeBron James are the beast. I am only showing how these riddles are purposefully interjected into our mainstream culture, and something much deeper is taking place than most people know right before our eyes. As for the Gematria of 33 for LeBron and James, please also notice how it syncs with his city and the title of the NBA's championship. Again, the number 33 is very central to the Bible and the number 666. Cleveland equates to 33 in reduction. NBA Finals equates to 33 in reduction. Notice how the number 33 is encoded in the gematria of the word Bible. Keep in mind, when LeBron James won the NBA Finals, it was on a Sunday, the day most good Christians take their Bibles to church, a day also equating to 33. For good measure, let us also decode the words gospel, and believe, the latter of which has the word lie right in the middle. And as we have covered, there is a certain group playing God with lies. Bible equates to 33 in reverse reduction cipher. Good book equates to 33 in the reverse reduction cipher. Sunday equates to 33 in the reverse reduction cipher. Genesis equates to 33 in reduction cipher. Gospels equates to 33 in reverse reduction cipher. Believe equates to 33 in the reduction cipher. The year James won the NBA Finals for Cleveland was 2016. And again, Cleveland is home to the 216 area code, where 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216. The final game in Cleveland that year, Game 6, ended in a combined score of 216 points. The Cavaliers winning 115 to 101 over the Golden State Warriors. That year, ESPN also reported LeBron James was the first NBA player to go to 6 straight NBA finals since the year 66, when Bill Russell accomplished the same feat. He began that streak while playing in Miami and wearing the number 6. For the record, Miami equates to 45 in ordinal, our Holy Bible number. You'll also notice the clever You'll also notice the clever 666 tribute ESPN paid respects to in the accomplishment. Next chapter, you'll learn how the NBA Finals as well as basketball game equate to 6662, same as the word prophecy. You'll also learn how Gutenberg sums to 666. Again, the first author of the first published Bible. As we mentioned in the first chapter, the words humanity and Genesis equate to 666 as well, and it is Genesis where man is created on the 6th day. In Genesis 6:6, it is where God regrets creating mankind. In Genesis 6:6. Wow. And so here's the Bible verse in the NIV version and KJV version. So Genesis 6:6 of the NIV. The Lord regretted that he had made human beings on the earth, and his heart was deeply troubled. Genesis 6:6, King James version. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. I'm going to reread that so I don't have a mistake in it. Okay, Genesis 6:6, King James version. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. Okay. Not by chance, the word mankind sums to 6:6 using ordinal gematria. Think about it. God regrets making man in Genesis 6:6, who was created on the 6th day. 666. Wow. Mankind equates to 66 in the ordinal cipher. So what is it about the number 6? As mentioned in the first chapter, the number 6 is the first perfect number. What a perfect number is where the divisors of the number equate to the number itself. For example, the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 6 divide into 6. When you calculate for a perfect number, you add all the divisors except for the one that is the number itself. So in the case of 6, that means you add 1 plus 2 plus 3. That equals 6. The Greeks, who classified the term perfect number were only aware of 4. Those were numbers 6, 28, 496, and 8,128. To date, perfect numbers are still being discovered, with the latest discovery coming in 2016, and it being the 49th total perfect number found. The 49th total perfect number found. The 49th perfect number is 74,207,281. What is interesting about the number 28 being the second perfect number is how it connects to the word man. Using ordinal gematria, man equates to 28, and God crafts man on the 6th and final day of creation before the day of rest perfectly. Before the day of rest perfectly. As you are likely aware, out of all the machines existing in the world, man is the most perfect. If the perfection of the machine that man hasn't, okay, if the perfection of the machine that is man hasn't dawned on you before, consider how many beats a heart makes in a lifetime and how the body can heal from injuries and imperfections. These are only a few things that are magnificent about us. If you're also considering all the things that are very wrong about man, from greed to dishonesty, remember, much of that has to do with the unwarranted environment we are born into, which is what we will which is what we will change as people when we collectively see the agenda being waged against us. Hallelujah. Man. That is meant to corrupt all that is righteous and just from a young age for all of us. Putting my simple sermon aside, let us now unlock the simple mathematics behind the word man. Man, M equals 13, A equals 1, N equals 14, and 13 plus 1 plus 14 equates to 28 in the ordinal cipher. Man created on the 6th day. 28, the second perfect number. On the subject of perfection and numbers, the word number also sums to 28 in reduction. Again, numbers are equated with God because God is seen as perfect and calculated at least to the Kabbalists. And even more, as we read in Genesis 1:26, man was made in the image of the gods. Related, when we get to the chapter on murder by numbers, new meaning will be garnered from the expression, your number is up. Number equates to 28 in reduction. If you write out numbers 1 through 100 as words, only 2 sum to 156 using the ordinal method. And 156 is a number that will lead us right into Revelation 13:18, which is the subject of this chapter about wisdom and the number of the beast, the number of man. Those two numbers are 28 and 33. Before we decode the spelling of the two numbers, you should first know the significance of 33 in regards to we people who have 33 vertebrae in our spine. Using reduction gematria, both people and person equate to this sacred number, and so does Goyim, spelled Goyim. People equates to 33 in reduction. Person equates to 33 in reduction. Goyim equates to 33 in reduction. Goyim is the name for a non-Jewish person. In numerology terms, 33 can be broken down to 6, where 3 plus 3 is 6, corresponding with the sixth day of creation from Genesis, which also sums to 33, as we learned last chapter. As I mentioned in the first chapter, the Kundalini from the Far East are credited with the spiritual belief about spiritual ascension of man traveling up the 33 vertebrae of the human spine. According to Manly P. Hall, it is this ancient belief from the Kundalini that the significance of 33 is derived from in the Brotherhood of Freemasonry. Thus, why the House of the Temple in DC has 33 pillars, each 33 feet tall. Again, the body is the temple, as expressed in the Bible and elsewhere. Using reverse reduction gematria, Kundalini also sums to 58, just the same as Freemasonry and biblical. Kundalini equates to 58 in reverse reduction cipher. Even more interesting, the spine of the keyboard in typing, also known as the home row, which are letters A, S, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, equates to 33 using the same reduction method. Wow. In the reduction cipher, man, I tell you. On the subject of the keyboard, there is a clear parallel to computers worth mentioning. In 1984, Apple released its first consumer computer with the curious price of $666. As you will learn in chapter 4, both computer and equate to 666, the number of the beast. If you are familiar with the story from Genesis of Adam and Eve, it was biting the forbidden fruit, often represented as the apple that soured the course of mankind. In light of that, think about Apple's logo, the company with a bite missing. Of course, the path of descent in the story of Adam and Eve then continues with their offspring, Cain and Abel, where Cain slays Abel out of jealousy, causing him to be marked by God. Cain equates to 27 and equates to 19. Abel equates to 20. Cain and Abel equates to 66 in the ordinal cipher. Also relevant, if you write out the word 33, it totals 66. Wow. Using reduction cipher, syncing with the 66 value of mankind who God washed away with the flood in the start of the Bible. That again is 66 books in length, beginning with Genesis, which equates to 33. For the record, the word seed in ordinal sums to 33, and the word birth in reverse reduction equates to 33 as well. These words are connected to beginnings, just the same as the name Genesis, which again means in the beginning, as we covered last chapter. In case you have forgotten, in the beginning, using ordinal method equates to 137, which is the 33rd prime number, the sacred one. Okay, the number 33 written as a word. 33 equates to 66 in the reduction cipher. Now, let us sum the values of 28 and 33, numbers connecting to we people. And we'll see how the derived values of 156 play right into Revelation 13:18 and what is coded within in terms of the number 666, as well as the number of a man. 28 the number 28 written as a word. 28 equates to 156 in ordinal. 33 written as a word. 33 equates to 156 in ordinal. 666 written as a word. S-I-X, S-I-X, S-I-X. 666 equates to 156 as well in the ordinal cipher. The word the, we're about to do the number of a man. The word the equates to 33. Number equates to 73. Of equates to 21. A equates to 1. Man equates to 28. So the number of a man, that phrase equates to 156 in the ordinal cipher. To further establish the significance of the number and its relationship with the number 33, the calendar year factors in the 33rd day, February 2nd, known as Groundhog's Day, sums to 156 when written out as February 2nd. February 2nd. February equates to 96. Second equates to 60. February 2nd, 156. 96 plus 60 equals 56. And that's in the ordinal cipher. Later, you will learn why the Dow Jones fell 666 points on February 2nd, 2018. Also related, in the chapters on September 11th, we'll discuss how 9/11 is the 156th prime number and how the towers existed for 33 years from 1968 to 2001, but were only open for 28 years from 1973 to 2001. We'll also learn how New York sums to 666 in chapter 4, plus more, including the construction firm for the World Trade Centers having named Gematria of none other than 156. Same number connects to the words architect and Metatron's cube and Metatron's cube, a geometric shape that is said to represent the creator and all that exists in this world we share. In chapter 4, we'll also uncover how the word God equates to 156 just as well, reminding that duality is the crucial concept. Architect equates to 156, reverse ordinal. Metatron's cube. Metatrons, that is Metatron apostrophe S, equates to 125. Cube equates to 31. So Metatron's cube equates to 156. 125 plus 31 equals 156. In chapter 6, we'll learn in depth about Metatron's cube and sacred geometry, which is very much related to the gematria of the English language. Again, this code is all about geometry, mathematics, and symmetry that encapsulate the world we live within, especially the duality. On the subject, as above, so below, also equates to 156. Wow, and that is in the ordinal cipher. As above, so below, 156, ordinal. For the time being, I want you to know as much about Metatron's cube, which symbolizes creation. And I'm going to show you the picture of Metatron's cube on this page. Just give me a second. And I don't want to mess up my page, but that is Metatron's cube. You can get a pretty good look at that. That's Metatron's cube. All right. So I'm going to start this chapter over. Excuse me. For the time being, I want you to know as much about Metatron's cube, which symbolizes creation. To the left is a drawing of the object, which contains shapes known as the 5 Platonic solids. Chapter 6 will uncover these 5 unique shapes, thought by the Greeks, namely Pythagoras, Plato, and Euclid, as well as their students and followers, known as Platonists, to be the shapes that represented the matter making up all of existence. You can also see that the Star of David, or Seal of Solomon, is contained within the object as well, having its own independent tribute to 666. If you count the circles, you will notice there are 13. There are 6 circles on the outermost area, another grouping of 6 within that, and then one last circle in the middle. The number 13 is also the 6th prime number, and here we are talking about the riddle within Revelation 13:18, which is the 13th chapter of Revelation, the 18th verse, and of course 18 factors into 6 plus 6 plus 6. As a reminder, it was the Greeks who wrote the New Testament, which concludes with Revelation, and who built much of their culture around numbers, from spirituality to regular activities to pass the time. As mentioned in the first chapter, one of these activities was isopsephy, summing to 666 in what is known as Sumerian Gematria, a topic for chapter 4. As review, isopsephy is exactly what is expressed in Revelation 13:18, where a number is given along with written clues for the reader to solve. Well, truth seeker, we have solved it. Revelation 13:18 is pointing to what is true about all of us. Within all of us is good and evil, and it is up to us to choose what we bring into this world. And the God body, which we all possess, we are given a moral compass, and we can feel what is right and wrong. But as strange as this world is, despite knowing right from wrong, we sometimes choose wrong anyway. This is where wisdom comes into play. The one who is wise will choose what is righteous instead of choosing what is sinful. And this is exactly what is expressed in Revelation 3:18. Not only will the wise person decisions of their life to make sure they stay on a righteous path and bring what is right into the world instead of possible to do so. As you know, truth seeker, it isn't always easy. For a funny fact about your teacher, me, my 6th birthday was July 21st, 1989, the same day the film Do the Right Thing came out. If you've never seen it, the ending is ironic. It says if you've ever seen it, the ending is ironic. Now let us read Revelation 3:18 one more time, focusing on the King James version, which is far and above the most fascinating in terms of what is coded within. There is a secret message here about those with wisdom, revealing those who do not know how to calculate the number of the beast. That points directly to the cabal, the tyrants in high places, keeping important secrets from we the people, who are routinely tormented with this knowledge unknowingly from September 11th to what took place October 1st, 2017 at the Las Vegas Strip shooting. 2 separate events that are part of one beast-driven agenda, if you will. Next chapter, you'll also learn how to calculate October and concert to 666. And later, when we uncover a history of monumental false flags, we'll talk about how the country musician about how the country musician performing during the time of the October 1st, 2017 shooting, Jason Aldean, was performing 216 days from his past birthday. What once again is the product of 6 times 6 times 6, and certainly not by coincidence. Now, without further ado, an encore for Revelation 13:18. Revelation 13:18, King James Version. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. First, I want to decode the opening sentence. Here is wisdom. Then I want to decode the number of a man using the reduction method for both. I also want to decode 42 months and New Testament using the reverse reduction method. I also want to if you have read Revelation, it states the beast 666 will rule for 42 months, a number of extreme significance that we will learn much about ahead. Here is wisdom equates to 66. The number of a man equates to 66. And both this here is wisdom equates to 66 in reduction. The number of a man equates to 66 in the reduction cipher as well. 42 months equates to 66 in reverse reduction. New Testament equates to 66 in reverse reduction. As you can see, we now have a greater collection of 66, one digit shy of 666. Again, these words and phrases are contained within what is the 66th book of most Bibles, Revelation, which concludes with the New Testament. Let me read that again for my own clarity. Again, these words and phrases are contained within the 66th book of most Bibles, Revelation. Okay, now I got it as well. Which concludes the New Testament. If you're not familiar with the first book of the New Testament, it is Matthew, a name that has the word math within it. And as should be understood by now, the Bible is a book of numbers and mathematics with the meaning hidden from the reader in riddles no different than isopsephy. Let's decode the name Matthew as well as math to bring the picture into clearer focus. Matthew equates to 27 in the reduction cipher. Matthew is the first of 27 books in the New Testament in all published Bibles. Bibles that are no longer than 66 books. It is because there are more chapters in the Old Testament, what the Jewish faith goes by. Next up, we'll decode math, forwards and backwards. Math equates to 42 in the ordinal cipher. Math also equates to 66 in reverse ordinal. If you have never read the New Testament, it begins with the 42 generations to Jesus before concluding with the 66th book. The first 4 books of the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, are the story of Jesus Christ, known as the gospel or gospels. Notice what happens when we decode New Testament with the reduction method and the word new alone with the ordinal cipher. New Testament equates to 42 in reduction. New equates to 42 in ordinal. If you have a Bible in your home, please take a moment and go read from the start of the New Testament, the book of Matthew. As they say, seeing is believing. Okay, I'm going to read that one more time. If you have a Bible in your home, please take a moment and go read from the start of the New Testament, the book of Matthew. As they say, seeing is believing. Later, we'll discuss why the book of Luke states there are 77 generations to Jesus, as both the numbers 42 and 77 have much to do with Jesus Christ as well as Freemasonry. And as I've been saying, there is no doubt Freemasonry has had its hidden hands on the English translations of the Holy Bible and the English language. For further proof of this fact, let's now do a little more decoding on Revelation 13:18, because there are many hidden things about this passage, much of which I will leave for you, the person with wisdom, to solve on your own. But before I hand you the keys, let's go back to the opening sentence of the verse. Here is wisdom. The numbers behind the words point straight to the brotherhood. Here equates to 36. Is equates to 28. Wisdom equates to 83. Here is wisdom equates to 147 in the ordinal cipher. Freemasonry equates to 147 reverse ordinal. Conspiracy equates to 147 in reverse ordinal. Next chapter, you'll learn how the number 147 equates to sin and war, among other things, in satanic gematria. If you look up the specifics on the White House in Washington, D.C., you'll discover it has exactly 147 windows. 147 windows, and certainly not by coincidence. Consider, the building is located in a city named after a war general that helped genocide the Bible-free native people that once inhabited the same continent. Speaking of which, let's decode the words manifest destiny as well as empire. Manifest equates to 33. Destiny equates to 33. Manifest destiny equates to 66 in reduction, and empire equates to 66 in ordinal. Consider it was CC 33. 33. C is the third letter in the alphabet in ordinal. So consider it was CC 33. Christopher Columbus, a Jew, paid for by the Catholic Church, the CC, who called the natives Indian, and who wrote in his journal about how easy it was to kill the men due to their outdated technology, and how it was even easier to rape the women and take them for slaves. If you've never read Howard Zinn's A People's, these journal entries are captured within. And to think, in the United States of America, we celebrate this killer, this rapist, this horrible human being with an annual holiday in October, the lone 33 month, and not by accident. Indian equates to 33 in reduction. Americas, Americas, Americas equals 33 in reduction. October equals 33 in reduction. October also sums to 666. That's next chapter. Okay. For the record, if you have ever looked at the word history, it should make you ask, his story? Whose story exactly? Fortunately, by knowing the code, the answer is easily revealed in seconds flat. Hallelujah, 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 because that is the truth. When you know this code, you see through all the lies. You just do. You just do. History equates to 42 in reduction. Freemason equates to 42 in reduction. Destiny equates to 42 in reduction. S equates to 10. S is 10 in this decode. As for the 47 windows on the White House in the city that is headquarters to the 33rd degree types, they're trying to give us a peek into their world of numbers and hidden symbolism. Just for kicks, notice the gematria of U.S. President and President of the United States. U.S. President equates to 147 in reverse ordinal. President of the United States equates to 147 reverse reduction, where President equals 52, of the equates to 18, United States equals 77. So 52 plus 18 plus 77 equals 147. President of the United States equates to 147, same as the amount of windows on the White House. Oh, I tell you. Just wait until the chapter on Trump and the presidents. The number 147 is often in rituals meant to deceive the general public who pay for the president's salary and all the federal operations of this nation. It is pure sin and it must be put to an end. Not by coincidence, the right hand man to the presidents for seemingly the last 100 years has been Henry. Okay, I'm reading this wrong. Let me go back. Okay, not by coincidence, the right hand man to the presidents for seemingly the last 100 years has been Henry Kissinger, the most evil Zionist alive, as he has been called by some. Born on May 27th, the 147th day of the year. Wow. Keep in mind, the Bible concludes by saying the false Jews will rule in the end times. More on that in just a moment. But just the day before Kissinger's 94th birthday in 2017, the man who served next in line to him was found dead. This was no coincidence, as 94 and 147 are numbers sharing a very special relationship. In Revelation, it is Revelation 9:4. That is the 147th verse of the chapter. The word 94, the number 94, when written as a word, equates to 147. Now, to conclude with the most important part about Revelation 13:18, we must first read from Revelation 3:9 about the false Jews who are liars and who will have gained power over the people of the world before the return of the Lord. Revelation 3:9, the King James Version. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. This passage comes from a letter written to the Church of Philadelphia. Again, the name of the original capital of the United States of America. As promised in chapter 1, I will now reveal to you what is so special about this name. After doing so, it will set up the most important piece to know about the encoding of Revelation 13:18. Let us now decode Philadelphia with all 4 of the base methods from the last chapter. So Philadelphia equates to 65 in the reduction cipher. In reduction gematria, Christianity and Knights Templar each equate to 65 as well. Again, it was the Knights Templar who once secured the Kabbalah code around the same time English was first coming into the world as a language. It is also the Knights Templar who requires their members to be of the Christian faith. Philadelphia equates to 101 in ordinal. As you learned, The number 101 is the 26th prime and is corresponding with the words Christian in ordinal and church in reverse ordinal. Here we're talking about the Church of Philadelphia from the Aegean region of Turkey. Philadelphia equates to 61. In ordinal gematria, the word church sums to 61, which is the 18th prime number, factoring into 6 plus 6 plus 6. For your own practice, please decode the words Jesus, cross, Christian, and Christmas using the base ciphers. They are but a small group of words having gematria of 61 that pertain to Christianity. And on the subject of 666, Jesus Christ in ordinal gematria sums to 151 as well. The number 151 is the 36th prime number, and it has a direct mathematical relationship to 666. The number 666 is the 36th triangular number, meaning if you sum 1 through 36 together, it totals 666. My good. Also pertinent, the name Jesus in reduction gematria sums to 11. Jesus. 151. J is 1, E is 5, S is 1, U is 3, S is 1, and that equals 11 in the reduction cipher. Notice that 151, notice the 151 sequence like Jesus Christ equals 151. The number 666 is the 11th triangular number, meaning if you add 1 through 11 together, it totals 666. All right. Revelation, the 66th book of the Bible, concluding the New Testament, is about the return of Jesus Christ. Not by surprise, the word resurrection and reduction also sums to the number 66. There's a whole lot more to this riddle, but we'll save it for later. Resurrection equates to 66 in reduction. Now, the final code for Philadelphia, which is reverse ordinal, will lead us straight into the most significant part of the encoding of Revelation 13:18. Philadelphia equates to 223 reverse ordinal. In the letter to the Church of Philadelphia and elsewhere in the Bible and Revelation, it states the synagogue of Satan, who are the false Jews, who are the liars, will rule in the end times before the return of Jesus. Using ordinal gematria, the synagogue of Satan sums to 223. Next chapter, you'll also learn how Masonic sums to 223. In the Las Vegas false flag on the weekend of Yom Kippur, or Yom Kippur. Let me say, I'm going to spell this word Yomkippur, Yom Kippur, where one is to atone for their sins, the most important Jewish holy day. It came precisely 223 months to the day to the hotel where the shooting took place opened March 22nd, 1999. This number, which is the 48th, 48th prime, is paramount to this study. In both Hebrew and in English, the word Freemason has gematria of 48, as we'll get to. Now, let us decode the synagogue of Satan. All right. The word "the" equates to 33. Synagogue equates to 114. The synagogue equals 147. Of equals 21. Satan equals 55. The synagogue of Satan equates to 223 in the ordinal cipher. Next chapter, you'll learn how sin equates to 147. Sin is S is 54, I is 44, N is 49. So 54 plus 49 plus, 54 plus 44 plus 49 equals 147 in the Satanic cipher. Knowing the significance of 223, let us now decode the most crucial line in Revelation 13:18, which reads as follows: Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast. We will use our bread and butter method, reduction gematria. Let him, that equates to 31. That hath, H-A-T-H, that hath, that equates to 32. Understanding equates to 60. Count equates to 19. The number equates to 43. Of the beast equates to 38. So this entire sentence, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, that equates to 223. So that is who has the understanding truth seeker. It is the Synagogue of Satan who has established the Catholic Church, Zionist Israel, and the U.S. If you're not aware, the Torah does not permit the Jewish people to have their own state. So surely the people of Israel are not the real Jews, but are the false Jews. In the Talmud, it says that 6 million Jews must die for the land of Israel to be reclaimed. If you're not aware, from the time just before the First World War all the way up until the start of the Second World War, it was printed hundreds of times over in newspapers across the globe that 6 million Jews had died in some corner of the world, or 6 million Jews were on the verge of dying. The lie about the death of 6 million Jews did not stick with the people of the world until after the conclusion of World War II. Remember how the beast rules for 42 months? They say the Holocaust began in 1942, an interesting year which connects to war, World War, and much more. In Hebrew, Adolf Hitler sums to 42, and in English, Holocaust sums to both 33 and 42, reminding of the year the Nazis came to power. In the year 33, Nazis also sums to 33, along with Zyklon B, the chemical blamed for the fictional Holocaust that never happened, and there isn't a single shred of evidence that it did, outside of Zionist mainstream lies in Zionist-controlled media and Zionist-controlled Hollywood. Holocaust equates to 33 in reduction. Holocaust sums to 42 in reduction. S is 10. Zyklon B equates to 33 reduction. Zyklon B equates to 42 in reduction. K is 11. Nazis equal to 33 in reduction. S as 10. Hollywood, Holocaust means burnt animal sacrifice. So ask yourself, why would that name be chosen even if it was true? It is horrific. I am aware that many people become horribly offended when they are told the Holocaust never occurred. If in this case for you, if this is the case for you, please research the papers and the claims of 6 million deceased Jews. The claims were in print for decades in the United States and elsewhere. The lies are verifiable, and they are lies that need to be brought to the surface. If you are Jewish, you are not guilty for those lies. Only a certain group of Jews are, who think they have the right to play God over all of us. It must end. At the same time, ask why these same Hollywood Jews don't make an annual movie about the genocide of the natives waged by the Jewish leadership, which actually did happen. How about the Bolshevik revolution, also waged by Jewish leadership? The Americans, the Armenians. Let's get a little diversity, eh? That's funny, Zach. Let's get a little diversity. For one last important nugget, The other crucial reference to 666 in the Bible is in regards to gold and money. If you're not aware of who controls the Federal Reserve of the United States, the most important bank in the world, it is a collection of private Jewish bankers. They are the same people who control mainstream media across the globe. In October of 2017, they reported the United States was running a $666 billion deficit for the fiscal year. In the next chapter, you'll learn how the month of October equates to 666, as well as dollar sign and business. In case you're not aware, our economy is completely fake, and all reporting is by the code you are now learning. The report of the deficit came on a date with 47 numerology, corresponding with the ordinal gematria of beast. That was October 20th, 2017. Now, let's read from 2nd Chronicles 9:13. 2nd Chronicles 9:13, the NIV version. The weight of the gold that Solomon received yearly was 666 talents. Wow. That is a reference to King Solomon, the important Masonic figure who occupied the most beautiful temple the world had ever known. In the Bible, it is sex that ultimately destroys Solomon, who is obsessed with women that are lured to him because of his riches. Let's now decode the word sex using reduction to see how the digits within the word break down to 1, 5, and 6. Much like 156, our number sharing the significant relationship with 666. As they say, sex sells. Sex equates to uh, well, sex equals like 1 plus 5 plus 6 in reduction. So 156, I'm assuming. Here we go. Oh, okay, we got it going on here. If we decode sex with reverse ordinal, it sums to 33. Our other number connected to 156 as covered. The math is as follows. Sex equates to, okay, S is 8, E is 22, X is 3, and that equates to 33 in reverse ordinal. Think about the words playboy and porno. Playboy equates to 33. Porno equates to 33. On pornographic material, the 3 letters XXX are often displayed. X is the 24th letter, which means in reduction, X becomes 6 because 24 is 2 plus 4 equals 6. Thus, XXX is also the same as 666. As you can see, the more you learn, the more the code makes sense, and the more eye-opening the things we take for granted in this world become. To bring this back to mathematics, if you count the first 144 decimal points of pi and add them together, they equate to 666. In Revelation 13, it says only those who have the mark of the beast will be able to buy and sell. If you decode mark of the beast using gematria, it sums to 144. Wow. In Revelation 7:4 and Revelation 14:1, the number 144,000 is referenced. Later, we will learn about 144, another very special number. For now, just appreciate the mathematics between 144 and 666 and how they connect pi and geometry. All right, that concluded chapter 3. And tomorrow I will come back and start with chapter 4 if the Most High allows. And I hope you guys enjoy the reading. I hope that everything comes through clear. I hope you're able to understand it. And I do hope that you guys, whoever gets the chance to watch this video, I hope that you will visit Zachary K. Hubbard's YouTube channels, Gematria Effect News and Gematria Effect Sports, and purchase the book Letters and Numbers. And then also visit his blog page, and it is entitled Gematria Effect News, and you can pre-order his latest book, and that is entitled Number Games. And the information is phenomenal, and I believe everyone deserves to know this information. Until tomorrow, my name is Vanessa from Gnostic Knowledge. You guys have a good evening. Thank you and goodbye.